Hi guys, welcome to K's Pro Tips. I'm Project K, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do some dramatic text effects in Adobe Premiere Pro. Now, I've shown you other text effects before using light leaks and stuff like that, but sometimes when you're on your project and you know you want to use some nice text effects but you don't have time to be in After Effects and rendering all the time, this is a good technique you could use for stuff like that. I'm actually working on a project for an institution called Adams College, and basically they were one of the few schools, mission schools, that were able to give really good education to black people back in the apartheid era. So we actually had a situation where we didn't have a lot of time to be sitting and rendering fancy text and backgrounds and all that kind of stuff continuously. So what we did was we put together this little collage here in Photoshop, and basically what we did was we just took basic pictures and just started stacking them on top of each other, kind of like what you would find in a newspaper, kind of like just cut out articles here and there, and just different little dramatic pictures about the history and what happened to Barton education back in the apartheid era. So we took this into After Effects, threw a light on it, just did a simple camera move, and here we are now in Premiere. That render, let me just turn that off. Here's a render of that. I just have a light, just doing a little bit of a wiggle, and gives it a little bit of a dramatic effect. So if we just cross dissolve out of that as well. So number one thing we wanted to be able to do is be able to just have statements come up on the screen. So I'm just gonna do three little titles here. I'm gonna make it text one. Yeah, okay, so now we've got our text. We can duplicate that. Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V. Just rename these by double clicking on them, renaming it text 2 and text 3. Okay, first things first. I know for a fact that once I let the people see the initial images of this, I want it to blur out. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go get myself a blur effect, and I'm going to take down all this preset. I'm just use a fast blur, and I'm going to let it fade in, and about 6 seconds into it we'll go from 0, and 2 seconds later we'll go to about 20. Yeah, seems about right. And also what I'm gonna, because I can see, as you can see, it gets quite bright over there. Also what I'm gonna do after that, I'm going to automate the brightness. So I mean the opacity of this layer. So I'm going to drop the opacity to about 60%. This is going to be 100. Let's make this go a little bit quicker. So if we play it back, layer comes on, gets blurry. Okay, let's drop the opacity a little sooner, and let's move the blur up a bit. Let's right click this and say Bezier. So let's play that back. See the dramatic images. Light moves around a little bit, blurs out, drops opacity. Okay, at that point in time I want my text to come in. Apartheid. And I think what I can do here is put a drop shadow on the text. I'll make it 3. Just very subtle. Softness? No, I don't want any softness. I want the text to be quite legible. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, let's make that a few seconds. Now first things first, we're going to need a cross dissolve. Let's take a cross dissolve there. Okay, now this is coming on too quickly, so I'm going to increase the time that takes to come on. Yes, okay. Now, next thing, I'm going to need a fast blur. Oh wait, we're gonna cross dissolve out of that. So zoom out here, take cross dissolve, put it at the end. So basically, and then we're gonna take this text layer and we're gonna do a little zoom into that. Let's say scale 100. Okay, wait, let's do it backwards. So scale up to 100 from, let's say 80. So it comes in. It's all dramatic and it fades out. Okay. Now the really cool thing about this is now we can take a fast blur and we can put it on the text. Now the reason I'm not using the presets for this is because I like to be able to control when all of this happens. So obviously, let's toggle these up. I want no blur by that time. And the blur to start here, and let's make that 10. Let's make this here. Okay, it's a little too clear. Let's give it a bit of time. I think 10 is not enough. Let's maybe push it up to 30. Maybe 22. Yeah, that's better. Part 8. And then what we can do is we can copy both these keyframes, paste them there, and swap them around. Part 8. Blur. As it fades out. Now, the cool thing about Premiere is we can just duplicate by holding Alt and holding Alt again. Then we can drag text 2 to text 2 and text 3 to text 3. And this is what we have. The end of that. Cue music. Very dramatic. Okay, and what I'll do just to finish this up is maybe make this a bit shorter. And obviously what's going to end up happening, let's undo that. Okay, let's bring this in till about there. So when I do this, you see. So now it's shorter. We don't need that one to be that long. And then bring this in. You can bring this as well. And yeah, you can cue the music. Do a little bit of a fade on the music there. Exponential fade. And let's do a nice fade for the music. Let's play that from the top. And there you go, some dramatic text, all in Adobe Premiere. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope this is a useful tip for you guys. Project K signing out. What's up?